Hello, friends. Thank you for joining us at the Main Ingredients Bread of Life Devotionals. So excited that you could be with us this morning. Couldn't think of a better way than to start out our week than to get into the Word. We're continuing through our series in Micah, No Time Like the Present. And today's devotional is coming from Micah 4, verse 1 through 5. It says, "In the last days, the mountain of the Lord's house will be the highest of all, the most important place on earth. It will be raised above the other hills, and people from all over the world will stream there to worship. People from many nations will come and say, 'Come, let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of Jacob's God. There he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For the Lord's teaching will go out from Zion, his word will go out from Jerusalem. The Lord will mediate between people and settle disputes between strong nations far away. They will hammer their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation will no longer fight against nation, nor train for war anymore. Everyone will live in peace and prosperity, enjoying their own grapevines and fig trees, for there will be nothing to fear. The Lord of heaven's armies has made this promise. Though the nations around us follow their idols, we will follow the Lord our God forever and ever." Man, that almost just preaches itself. But as a child, I sat on the edge of my seat watching my favorite wrestlers with great suspense. Wondering who would win this match. As I got older, I started watching sports, and I sat with the same enthusiasm wondering who would win this game. Now I sit and watch as parties collide, racial tensions heat up, and lives are devalued and lost senselessly for next to nothing. And I wonder, when will it end? The difference between these battles I watch now and the battles I watched as a child and a young man is that now I know who wins. See, you like me may be wondering the same thing. You like me may know who wins, but we ask ourselves, when? We have a hope tied to an unmitigated promise that weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. We have a hope tied to an unmitigated promise that in the end, God and his people win. We have an unmitigated promise that gives us the hope that there will one day be a day when violence ends, addiction ends, wars and racial tension end, hate will end, and the enemy will be defeated. We don't have to sit on the edge of our seats wondering if it will happen. Micah tells us that we should hope in this unmitigated promise that there will be an era of peace and blessing and a time when war will be forever ended. We may not know when, we can't promise the date, but God has promised it will arrive. And if God said it, it shall come to pass. My prayer is that we will trust in the Lord, and our hope will be forever in this unmitigated promise that the Lord our God will reign over his perfect kingdom, and those who follow him will dwell in his kingdom forever and ever. At the Main Ingredient, we're committed to setting the table for transformation.